I've come to learn that there are times in our lives where we must learn to walk away from something that is harmful. Jesus even shows us. But before that, let's talk about how many of us were traditionally taught growing up that when you truly love something or you truly love someone, that you stick it out with them, that you stay. So many of us will stay in a toxic relationship that's romantic because of maybe our passion or because we feel that this is the right thing to do. Some of us will stay on jobs that we probably shouldn't have stayed at longer than when we started. So many different things, even friendships. We stay in friendships that maybe not be reciprocal, that you keep giving and they keep taking, but no one's making deposits in your life. So these are things that happen to us, and because of comfortability, because of loyalty, we stay. But Jesus clearly shows us throughout his life that sometimes you got to walk away from things for your benefit. So in the New Testament, we see examples such as the Pharisees that press Jesus hard, that criticize him, that say that he's not the Son of God, he's not who he says he is. And Jesus could argue back with them. He had way more knowledge. He had way more influence than them. But instead of arguing, the Bible says that he calls out their manipulation and he walks away. Not only that, you got government officials like Herod that when he's about to be tried for death, he calls Jesus out and he tries to question them and demand that Jesus give him answers. And Jesus remains silent. He's trying to show us that sometimes that people that are toxic like that don't deserve our energy, they don't deserve our time, and they don't even deserve our words. He remains silent. But Jesus also shows us that sometimes we can't give our time, or we must learn to walk away from people that require more from us. So it's not necessarily like the aforementioned two, but there were people that wanted Jesus. They were constantly following him, constantly wanting them to heal them, to perform miracles. They wanted more words and wisdom and teachings. And Jesus just didn't have the capacity, at least in his mission, to do those things all the time. And constantly you see Jesus getting away in solitude. You constantly see him going off to pray because he's trying to show us sometimes you got to walk away based on God's purpose and calling on your life. So ultimately, what I'm trying to say to you is that we need to have the wisdom to know when to walk away from something and when to stay. And the only way that we can do that is by spending time with God and using the wisdom that he gives us. The Bible says that wisdom comes from God. So if we want it, we got to seek it from him.